A very good afternoon to you and welcome to Lunchtime News with me, Joel Outskun. It's the 24th of July 2014. Let's first take a look at your headline stories making for this afternoon. Newsfirst.lk wins silver and bronze at the bestweb.lk 2014 awards. Worst droughts in 14 years affects a number of districts. 30 wildfires reported within a week, a statement by the Disaster Management Center. UN prepares to launch extensive investigations into Gaza conflict. Let's now take a look at their stories in detail. Newsfirst.lk won a silver award in the media website category at the bestweb.lk 2014 awards. Newsfirst.lk also picked up the bronze medal for the best Tamil website.
The winners of the competition were judged based on technical, design, content, viewership and interaction criteria. This is incidentally the second time in which Newsfirst.lk won the award. Newsfirst.lk also won a bronze award for its Tamil version in the Best Tamil Website category. Newsfirst.lk is a premier trilingual video-based news website in Sri Lanka. Newsfirst commenced its first news website on the 10th of October 2007. The Sinhala, English and Tamil language websites were launched in the year 2009. Newsfirst.lk won the Silver Award in 2010 in the media website category at the Best Web.lk 2010 awards. Last year, Newsfirst.lk launched a totally new and revamped website focusing mainly on delivering video content. Newsfirst has become a trusted source in cyberspace. Thank you for placing your trust in Newsfirst.lk.
Newsfirst is the most trusted news website in Sri Lanka, using a multi-platform responsive layout for a richer user experience. Our news reporting is verified, unbiased, balanced and fearless. We are Sri Lanka's most powerful social media network. Millions trust Newsfirst. That's why we are number one. Access our content on the web, Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. Newsfirst, your life, our news.
The capacity of water in reservoirs which come under the purview of the Irrigations Department has been decreasing gradually since the year 2000. Director of the Water Management Unit of the Irrigation Department, Janaki Migastana, said that water capacity of 72 reservoirs have decreased by up to 18%. She added that people living in several districts are experiencing the worst drought in 14 years. She went on to note that the Ampara, Trincomalee, Munragala and Hambantota areas have been worst affected by the extreme weather. Meanwhile, District Secretary of the Polonnaruwa says that a need for water tanks have arisen for the residents residing in areas affected by the drought. He noted that over 125,000 people have been affected by the drought. Still in local news, the Disaster Management Center notes that over 30 man-made forest fires have occurred during the past week. Assistant Director of the Disaster Management Center stated that a majority of these incidents are being reported from the Munragala, Badulla, Norele and Polonnaruwa districts.
So there are lots of fires being recorded so far. For this year, compared to last year, there's an increase of fire incidents so far. So last 3 or 4 days, more than 30 fires been recorded in Badulla, Polonnaruwa, Norele, as well as Monragal area. So even yesterday, there's a fire being recorded in Valava area. So lots of measures been taken, lots of money being allocated for the extinguish all those fires. Lots of people accommodated most of them services, and especially triforces and police and fire services and all wildlife agencies been totally cooperated with the Disaster Management Center.
150 acres of forest land was destroyed in a fire which erupted in the Millakalle Khande in Munragala yesterday. According to a correspondent in the area, the fire has been doused. Officials of the District Disaster Management Agency have called on public to stop setting fire to forest lands. A fire that erupted in the Gale Bungalow Reserve in Waskamo has not been doused as yet. Our correspondent in the area noted that the fire has destroyed nearly 50 acres of forest land. Nearly 50 acres of forest land was destroyed in the Dorapoda Reserve in the Bibble area. According to our correspondent in the area, fire is yet to be doused. A number of protests related to the education sector were held around the country yesterday. The teaching staff of the Mahasen National School in Nikabaratia engaged in a protest today. The protest was against the arrest of a school teacher in connection to punishing a student. The teacher in question was arrested and presented before the Nikabaratia Magistrate Court. He was placed in remand custody till next Monday. A group of parents staged a protest calling on officials not to transfer the principal of the CWW Kannagara Mahavidyalaya in Mallapitiya, Kurunegala. The protest, which lasted over 5 hours, disrupted vehicular traffic as well. The protesters dispersed after the Zonal Education Director Sirimevan Podi Nilame engaged in a discussion with the protesters. A group of parents and students of the Pinnagala Primary School in Opanayaka engaged in a protest opposite the Balanguru Zonal Education Office. The protesters demanded that officials provide more teachers to the school. Our correspondent stated that the protesters continued their demonstration following 9:30 am to 3 pm yesterday and dispersed thereafter. The timber taken into custody by the officers of the Hambantota District Wildlife Office is due to be produced before the Hambantota Magistrate today. A lorry with a stock of timber was taken into custody in Ridhigama, Ambalantota by officers of the Hambantota District Wildlife Office on Tuesday night based on a tip-off. The lorry with its stock of Komba timber was taken into custody of the Hambantota Wildlife officers. However, a group had forcibly taken the lorry away, leaving the timber behind. The incident took place while the lorry and the timber was being transported to the Hambantota District Wildlife Office. The Commonwealth Games is among the largest sporting event in the world, second only to the Olympics. The 2014 Commonwealth Games opening ceremony took place at the Celtic Park in Glasgow and got underway with much pomp and ceremony.
My design is always to be here, oh Mom of Kintyre. By the Queen as Queen.
Thousands of athletes from 71 nations and territories took part before a 40,000 strong crowd and a global TV audience of up to 1 billion people.
The tartan and the pipes and drums. God save our gracious Queen.
The Queen declared open the Games by reading her own message from inside the Commonwealth baton.
It now gives me the greatest pleasure to declare the 20th Commonwealth Games open.
Adventurer Mark Beaumont landed on the city's River Clyde on a seaplane carrying the baton to Celtic Park, having tracked its progress across the Commonwealth on a 288-day journey spanning almost 120,000 miles. Inside the stadium, the baton was transferred between a group of volunteers who have helped children around Scotland find their potential through sport. The traditional parade around the stadium followed a live show featuring about 2,000 cast members. Events inside the stadium are being shown to the assembled guests and crowd on Europe's largest LED screen. The giant display, which stands across the whole of the stadium's south stand, is almost 100 meters long, 11 meters high and weighs 38 tons.
One athlete here.
Other adaptations to the venue include a specially created stage floor covering the entire pitch and a multicolored walkway specifically designed for the athletes' parade. 4,500 athletes from 71 countries will take part in the 20th Commonwealth Game. Around 100 athletes representing Sri Lanka will contest in 13 events.
They actually competed under the name Ceylon in 1968 before they became Sri Lanka.
The routine welcomed visitors from across the Commonwealth to Glasgow and included larger-than-life representations of famous Scots inventions, landmarks, cultural heroes and Scottish history. The Champion Network, MTV and MBC is ready to bring you all the action, the ups and downs and the triumphs from the Commonwealth Games over the next few days. Stay with us.
Well, on that note, we wrap up lunchtime news for today. It was an absolute pleasure having you with us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Joel Outscoon. Have yourself a great day ahead.
Hotline 0114 896 896. www.newsfirst.lk.